Members of the Honor Guard, please post the colors.
Our Father in heaven, as we assemble here this morning, we feel thanks in our hearts for the many things we enjoy. We're thankful for the participation we have with one another at this annual event, this 32nd annual Arizona State Fire School. We pray that thy Spirit will be here with us this next few days, that we may have open minds to accept the things that's been presented to us. Bless those that's here to instruct us, that they may do so in such a manner that we can grasp what they're saying. Father, we're thankful for this very beautiful day. Bless those across our country that's in turmoil at this time, from floods and hurricanes and sickness. They may have comfort in their hearts. We ask a special blessing on those that's participating in active hot drills here at this fire school, that they may have their protection be with them. Watch over us this next few days. We pray and thanks for the many blessings we enjoy. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen.
Thank you. Please be seated. The fire service has a long tradition of honoring those men and women who have given their lives while serving their communities, our communities. We also honor those who have completed their tour of duty with honor and with dignity. We have many things to be thankful for the lives of those men and women, and we will honor them. This weekend will also mark the 4th anniversary of a very dark day in our history. And on Sunday, at the beginning of each of the classes, we will take a few moments and honor the memory of our brothers and sisters who died in New York City, and in Washington, D.C., and in a field in Pennsylvania on September 11th. But today we also want to remember the men, women, and children who've lost their lives over the last 2 weeks in the path of Hurricane Katrina. We need to remember the countless thousands who have been displaced from their homes, their jobs, and their lives have been torn asunder. We need to honor those Arizonans who've stepped up to the plate and are now serving in Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. And those who are assisting the people who have come to Arizona are staying in shelters and in some cases relocating. We also want to honor those Arizonans who are going to be spending some time in those 3 states and associated areas. Some of them were slated to be students at this weekend. Some of our instructors have gone east, as well as a few of our coordinators. But as is true to the fire service, others have stepped up to the plate. We will have all the classes. We'll complete them. I now ask the color guard and members of the Mesa color guard and all those from Gila River and Glendale to present our annual memorial service to firefighters.
Brothers and sisters, the combined honor guards of the Mesa, Glendale, and Gila River Fire Departments are once again proud to conduct this memorial service. Today, we honor those individuals who have committed their careers and lives to the fire service in the state of Arizona. Please join us in remembering those who have left us this year. Tom Warden, Flagstaff Fire Department.
Gary Craddock, Flagstaff Fire Department.
John Blackburn, Mesa Fire Department.
Kim Bartland, Tombstone Fire Department.
Henry Busey, Tullison Fire Department.
Gomer Stalhut, Chino Valley Fire Department.
Leo Hall, Casa Grande Fire Department.
Gordon Croker, Goodyear Fire Department.
Sonny Coes, City of Yuma Fire Department.
Richard DeLint, City of Yuma Fire Department.
Paul Rube, City of Yuma Fire Department.
Robert Morton, Kingman Fire Department.
Jack Harmon, Black Canyon City Fire Department.
Rita Schiffling, Black Canyon City Fire Department.
Robert Helgeson, Black Canyon City Fire Department.
This year, the Pine Top, Flagstaff, and Sun City West Fire Departments suffered a tremendous loss, each losing one of their members in the line of duty. We honor them now with the traditional line of duty death bell ceremony. Valerie Claude, Pine Top Fire Department.
Jim Maloney, Sun City West Fire Department.
Robert Kotowski, Flagstaff Fire Department.
The history of firefighting is closely associated with the ringing of the bell. It was the bell that signaled the start of duty, and through the days and nights, each alarm was sounded by a bell. It called them to fight fires and to place their lives in jeopardy for the good of their fellow man. And when the fire was out, the alarm had been completed, it was the bell that signaled its end. Dean Alfang wrote, and I quote, "I do not choose to be a common man. It's my right to be uncommon. I seek opportunity to develop whatever talents God gave me. I do not wish to be a kept citizen, humbled and dulled by having the state look after me. I want to take the calculated risk, to dream and to build, to fail and to succeed. I refuse to barter incentive for a dole. I prefer the challenges of life to the guaranteed existence, the fulfillment of the stale calm of utopia. I will not trade freedom for beneficence, nor my dignity for a handout. I will never cower before any earthly master, nor bend to any threat. It is my heritage to stand erect, proud, unafraid, to think and to act myself, to enjoy the benefits of my creations, to face the world boldly and say, 'This, with God's help, I have done.'" End quote. We seek strong words and symbols that give us a better understanding of our feelings when we experience a loss. And we use these symbols and words to reflect the devotion our brothers and sisters had for their duties. The sounding of the bell, a special signal of 3 rings, 3 times each, represented the end of their duties, that they were returning to quarters. And now for Robert Kotowski, Jim Maloney, and Valerie Claude, who have completed their tasks, their duties well done. They have given their best. For our brothers and sisters, their last alarm, they have gone home.
Once again, good morning. My name is John Rowlandson. I'm with the Arizona State Fire Marshal's Office, and I welcome you to the opening ceremonies of the 32nd Annual Arizona State Fire School. We have several things we want to complete this morning. We have some honored guests. We have some members of some very active committees. Some people have done a whole lot of work to make this weekend come off, and we salute them. Just for a few moments, I have to tell you that some exciting things have happened within our office the last year or so. Thanks to the many efforts of the entire Arizona Fire Service through the Arizona Fire Service Institute, we have some new legislation, we have some new direction. Now we just need a little more money, and we'll get there. But we do have some things going on. That legislation will take effect July 1st of next year. The office will be reorganized. Some new activities will come into play. I would like to take a moment to introduce a few people. First of all, my staff, the members of the Arizona State Fire Office of State Fire Marshal, all 15 of them serving the entire state, and I thank you very much for your efforts. We may be few, but we're getting there. I also want to take a moment to introduce the men and women who spend the entire year preparing this activity. The coordinators, the committee members, the active chiefs, and members of various fire departments around the state agencies, the members of the Arizona State Fire Training Committee. Again, without their help, their dedication, and many long hours beyond those that their fire departments require, they put this thing together. They also need a leader. That's going to ask Jim Critchley to come up. Chief Critchley is Deputy Chief of Training for the Tucson Fire Department and Chairman of the Arizona State Fire Training Committee for this year. And it is upon his task that a lot of these things are happening. Chief?
Thank you, John. What an honor it is to stand in front of you and to work with the group. First, I'd like to have the training committee stand up. Thank you very much for everything you do. We've all come from out of the city, across the state. We've even got some visitors from out of the country. I'd like to talk about two of them. We're honored to have two students from the main school of the fire service in Warsaw, Poland, visiting us here today. These two firefighters are in their 3rd and 4th years of education and training, and upon graduation will become captains in the Polish fire service. Our guests represent the top 2 students in each of the year of study in the Civilian Corps and Fire Administration course of study. They are visiting America to observe and learn from our operations. Please welcome in, if you'll stand, Fire Cadet Officer, we'll try this one again. Now I'm actually going to try to pronounce their name, okay? This will be 4th year Fire Cadet Officer Marcin Potter, who is being hosted by the Goodyear Fire Department. Thank you, Marcin. And also welcome Fire Cadet Officer Tomasz Wijak, who is being hosted by the City of Yuma Fire Department. Thank you both. Wow, the stress of that was pretty profound. Last year's fire school, we spent some time talking about 16 life safety initiatives and how we're going to send everybody home. The committee, the Arizona Fire Service, has really pushed that forward. And this last month at Fire Rescue International, the International Association of Fire Chiefs and the Fire Department Safety Officers Association picked a national Fire Safety Officer of the Year. And that award goes to Ron Dennis, our past chair of this committee. Ron, can you stand up for me? Now, through everybody's hard work, we're trying to put these life safety initiatives on the front burner. You'll see when you go to class that we've got some programs that we're offering, we're going to show you. We're going to talk a little bit more about that because we aren't doing our jobs if we're not coming home the next day to take care of our families. In the past year, the Arizona Fire Chiefs Association has adopted those 16 initiatives. The State Fire Training Committee has adopted those initiatives also, and you'll get a chance to see it when you get into the class. Again, thank you very much, Ron, for that. With safety in mind, I just wanted to remind everybody, it's the Phoenix Valley. We need to make sure that we're drinking a lot of water this time. We got to make sure that we're keeping hydrated. We don't want to get any injuries out there that during fire school, so keep that in mind. The last thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to invite Bob Weber up. We're looking at a new program to honor our volunteers. So if I can ask Bob Weber to come up and introduce that program, please. And thank you. I hope you have a great school. And let us know if there's something else you're missing or something else you need. Thank you very much.
Good morning. I am appearing here today to ask for input into a program that we are looking at in a combined effort between the Training Committee and the Associated Firefighters of Arizona. We are looking for people that have ideas, suggestions, and input in establishing some type of an award to recognize a volunteer member of an Arizona Fire Department. So if anybody has ideas or is willing to serve on this committee, drop a business card or a note, name, address, email address at registration desk, and they'll see that I get it. I'll be here all weekend. Anybody has any questions, hunt me up. Thank you.
We have amongst our group a gentleman who served the fire service proudly for many years. He served the Fire Training Committee for a number of years. And I would ask Mel Sorensen, a member of the State Fire Training Committee, to come forward.
Good morning. I'm very honored to be here today to make a presentation to someone who's been a friend of me for 40 years in this business plus. This friend has been involved in the fire school for 32 years, either as an instructor or as a coordinator. And there's firefighters from all over the state and into other states that have been instructed by this individual. Jimmy Birch, would you come up? While Jimmy's coming up, he stepped off the committee right after the first of the year. He's been involved with 3 fire departments in his career. 20 years with Phoenix Fire, 10 years with Bullhead, and a number of years with Jerome as their training officer. on behalf of the Arizona State Fire Training Committee, Jimmy, we're presenting this plaque to Jim Birch on this 8th day of September 2005 for his 32 years of dedication and commitment in the training of firefighters throughout the state of Arizona, not only at the State Fire School, but throughout the state of Arizona. Thank you, Jim. You will be missed. I didn't think we could choke him up that bad, but I think we did. Hang on. He thought he just got another plaque, but, you know, we got a little something extra for him. On behalf of the training committee, we want to make this presentation to Jim Birch of this helmet. It has a flag across the shield. It says Jim on the top, Birch on the bottom, and 32 for the amount of years spent training in this state. Thank you very much.
$32 That's a long time, Jim. The State Fire Training Committee has spent quite a bit of time putting things together, and they also like to recognize a lot of people for a well-done job. Again, I would call upon Chief Critchley to take us some time and present some awards.
We start in March, April, start looking for nominations for the Arizona Hall of Fame. And this year we've got 3 recipients of the award. I'd like to call your name, and then if you would come up, we'll do these one at a time. As you're coming up, making your way to the podium, we'll go ahead and read a little bit about what the application said, what the nomination form said. First off, I invite Daryl Willis up to the podium. Daryl's been key developer of the Prescott Area Wildland Urban Interface Community. He serves on a Type 1 Incident Management Team, Deputy IC of the Arizona Wildland Fire Academy, current member, past president of the Arizona Fire Chiefs Association, Arizona Fire Chiefs Association representative of the Governor's Oversight Committee on Forest Health. A number of organizations he's part of. He puts time into the director and participant of the Mexico missions to train and assist fire departments. Holds the keys to the city of Hermosillo, Juarez, and Cananea, Mexico for training fire department in CPR, hazmat, and extrication. Developed the Prescott Way for instructing PFD employees on how the department should run. The list is long in here about all of the accomplishments, but one statement in here really brought home a description. It says, I can tell you what makes Daryl great isn't all the things listed in this nomination. What the greatest of Daryl Willis comes in his everyday interactions with people and his willingness to always make things better. I want to thank you and honor you with the Hall of Fame. Thank you.
Very quickly, thank you very much. It's very humbling to be a part of this. But I wouldn't be here if it weren't for some people, and I know you hear that a lot. But as you know, most of you know, in the fire service, your family sacrifice a lot to do the things you have to do, and my wife has definitely done a lot of that. And then there's usually a lot of people behind the scenes that do a lot of things for you. And I'm very honored to have a lot of members of my department today, and even have the mayor and city manager of the city of Prescott come down to see me receive this. Thank you for all the support.
Next, if I can have Bruce Thompson come up, please. Bruce is the fire chief of Sierra Vista Fire Department. Chief Thompson has been a member of the board of directors for the Arizona Fire Chiefs Association since 1990. Served as president of the association in 1992. Co-chaired the Arizona Fire Chief Association Strategic Planning Committee in 99 and again in 2002. He has coordinated the website for the Arizona Fire Chiefs and is one of the 3 original members of the Arizona Chief Fire Officer of the Year and Lifetime Achievement Committee. He is a member of the International Association of Fire Chiefs, the Western Fire Chiefs, the NFPA. He has been a big part of the implementation of paramedic programs in the Sierra Vista area, and the wellness program now as part of his department. He has been one of my leadership instructors for quite a while, and he actually writes for Firehouse. You'll see his comments on firehouse.com as part of the leadership section. It is makes me very proud to also award you with the Fire Service Hall of Fame. Thank you.
I think I know how Groucho Marx felt when he said he wouldn't want to be a part of any club who would have him as a member. To think that my name belongs with some of the names that are already honored in the Hall of Fame, frankly, is a little weird to me. But nevertheless, I'm very grateful for this award. Grateful certainly to the men and women of the Sierra Vista Fire Department, whom I'm privileged to lead. I'm grateful to my wife Nancy and my daughter Kelly, who are with me this morning. Kelly brought my future grandson with her. Their love and support have given my life purpose and direction. I'm grateful to a benevolent God who put me in the right place at the right time, and I'm certainly grateful to share this morning with old friends like Daryl and the next guy who's coming up here after me, and certainly to receive this award from an old friend like Jim Critchley. I mentioned this award to my city manager, who's not here, so I'm going to have a little fun at his expense. He mumbled something about the fact that there is no Hall of Fame for city managers, and I chuckled a bit and reminded him that he took a wrong career turn out of school. But this is just one more bit of proof that we share the greatest job in the world, and I thank you all very, very much. Thank you.
Okay, I was supposed to delay as long as I could for this next one. Tom Hand, are you dressed this time? Tom Hand. Okay, come on up. Oh, look, no skirt. This is nice. Tom Hand, president of the Arizona Fire Training Association, member of the National Highway Administration Emergency Response Consortium, IFSTA Pumping Driving Handbook Committee member, Mesa Community College Committee on Excellence, Mesa Community College Fire Degree Advisory Committee. He's been key in getting the word out about driving safety, about safety on the highways, including legislation that that he's put forward. That is a real quick overview, and it doesn't tell half the story, Tom. I would like to also honor you with the award for the Hall of Fame. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Jim. That's really cool. Thank you. Wow. No kilt. For the past 5, 6 years, the only time I've been up here is with a kilt on. And trust me, I took a real beating this morning. You're not going up with a kilt? No. I'm actually going to look presentable today. But wow, this is totally overwhelming. As Bruce said, how do you describe being recognized on a statewide level like this? Having been here 10 years, one of those implants from Pennsylvania, some 39 years ago starting this deal, and 33 years ago starting to teach, did I expect anything like this? No, absolutely not. And I'd be remiss, I know we got to move along, but there are certain people you got to thank, and I'm certainly no different. And first and foremost, for a lot of years of not at home on weekends from September to May, my wife, Jeannie, thank you very much. And others, just a couple other prominent people that need to be recognized. Number one, and I know he's here this morning, the gentleman, the chief, past chief, retired chief, whatever, that hired me for my position with Mesa Fire, which I am very honored to serve as a training officer, and that's Chief Carl Geis. And I know he's here, and Carl, I appreciate everything. And leading up to and including my current supervisor, who's 10 years younger than me, which is fine. I love it. And that would be Battalion Chief, Deputy Chief Bobby Miller. And I know he's here too. Bobby, thank you very much. My staff that I get to work with every day at training with Mesa Fire, it's a privilege. I'm like Bruce and Darrell, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. We're not going to pasture yet. And we've got a lot more to do and a lot more to contribute. And it's just a true honor, and thank you all, that Firefighters Arizona, people I might have taught, the Training Association, thank you very much appreciated.
Thank you very much. Those are the 3 for this year. But as you're sitting out there, are you thinking of that person that's made a difference in your career in the state of Arizona that could be the Hall of Fame? Be looking for those nomination forms through the website, information about it, and let's fill this place up. Thank you very much for that. John? And I guess it's Tim, right?
Thank you, Chief. And congratulations to our honorees this year. Job well done. We have 3 additional awards that we'd like to make this year. Organizations that provide a tremendous amount of support, not only to the fire school, but to the fire service throughout the year. One of those major organizations is the Arizona Fire Training Association. And I would call upon Tim McElway of the Prescott Fire Department to come forward to make a presentation.
Thanks, John. For those of you that have been here year after year, I know it's real disappointing to see me up here instead of Tom in his kilt. But we told him he couldn't be up here in his kilt this year because he was getting an award. The gentleman that is receiving the Arizona Fire Training Officer of the Year has already been up here. And it's been my pleasure to work with him for the last 5 years on the Arizona Fire Training Association. Jim already kind of gave you a little background of his what he's done. He has been with the Mesa Fire Department for the last 10 years. He's been in the fire service for 39 years, most of that back in Pennsylvania. Some of the big things that he has done since he's been here is really push what was Senate Bill 1060, I believe, last year, but dealt with, what was that? Moving traffic violations on an emergency scene, making it, safer for us while we're out there, law enforcement, fire, police, ambulance. This gentleman teaches at the Mesa Community College. He's an instructor. He's on the advisory board. He's been teaching here at the State Fire School for many years. And it's my pleasure to introduce the 2005 Arizona Fire Trainer of the Year, Tom Hand.
Is that it?
That's it.
Thank
Congratulations.
you. Thank you very much.
I'd like to introduce Dale Linstead with First In. He has a little something else for you.
Tom, last year you and I stood up here and we presented Tim with an award for Fire Service Training of the Year, and now I have the honor of doing it a second year for you. On behalf of the owners of First In, along with all the employees, we'd like to present this check to you for $1,000 as Fire Service Trainer of the Year. Congratulations.
I had to make notes on this one. Our secretary said, "You're going to get emotional." I said, "No, I'm not." I only have one regret for this, and that's that being from Pennsylvania, it's a little tough to get family here for an occasion like this, but I know it's being videoed and filmed, and I will see that they get that. It would be a real treat. Okay, straighten up. What an honor. When you do something you love, and you do it for a lot of years, and you're recognized for it, there's no other feeling in the world. And my wife and I were talking the other night that when we were getting ready to come to this thing, and she said, "Do you think you would have got something like this in Pennsylvania?" And I said, "I don't think so. It's just different." My life changed dramatically when I came to Arizona and got into the fire service here. I'm very fortunate to have seen both sides of the gamut, the volunteer side for a lot of years, and then coming over to the career side. So I'm more privileged than most people could ever be. But, I would like to, you got to thank people, and that's the Arizona Fire Training Selection Committee, my co-workers again, who are the best in the world, and I get different ones every year or two. It's kind of cool. Of course, my wife, Jeannie, again, couldn't do it without her. She's such a support. All my students that I've had, I don't know how many, a lot. I could ask you to raise your hand if I've had you in something, but it's a joy. And of course, First In for providing our award for this particular deal. It's kind of weird. Very nice. I have some focus for things for training, and Tim touched on it. I'm big on driver-operator safety, and I'm big on keeping us alive on freeways and highways. And I assure you that within the next year, we're going to get this legislation passed so that when somebody flies through and knocks off a police officer or a firefighter, you're going to pay the ultimate price. That's my goal. I feel that if I can do that, then I've made a significant contribution. I want to feel like if you feel like you made a difference, maybe you did. And I would certainly hope that's true. And again, the support I've had from Mesa Fire has been tremendous. Training Committee, Chiefs Association, State Training Committee, and plus being able to come in and play drums in the morning. It's just overwhelming. As Trainer of the Year, thank you all very much. You'll never know how much it's appreciated. Thanks.
Congratulations, Tom. Thank you, Tim and Dale. Our next year of the award, I am looking for Will Loesch. I would ask that Will Loesch of the Arizona Arson Investigators Association, the Arizona chapter, come forward. Will is also with the Sedona Fire Department to present the award for the Investigator of the Year.
Good morning. On behalf of the Arizona chapter of the International Association of Arson Investigators, I welcome you here today to the 32nd State Fire School. Every year we give out an award for a member of our chapter that we felt did something above and beyond. And being that I'm the outgoing president, I'd like to introduce to you Troy Duncan of the Mesa Fire Department as a new incoming president for our chapter. And Troy will be making the presentation today. Thank you.
The Investigator of the Year award is given to an individual who has shown outstanding achievement through the professional expertise in either the criminal or civil fields of arson control. The Fire Investigator of the Year is nominated by his or her peers in the field of fire investigation. And at this time, I'd like to call up our Fire Investigator of the Year, Detective Josh Friedman from Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. Josh was nominated for Fire Investigator of the Year through his diligence, commitment, and dedication to the profession, not only in his own department, but also departments across Maricopa County, the state of Arizona, and nationwide. Josh has been with MCSO since 1997. He has several degrees, including a BA in pre-hospital medicine with a minor in criminal justice, an associate's degree in law enforcement, and also an associate's degree in fire science. In 2003, Josh attended the National Fire Academy to study arson investigations. In 2004, he returned to the National Fire Academy to study fire dynamics and fire modeling. Josh was invited to do an internship in fire dynamics by the National Institute of Standards and Technology, otherwise known as NIST. He is also currently working on his master's degree in fire protection engineering. In the short time that Josh has been a member of the investigation unit for MCSO, he has accomplished a great deal. To name a few, earlier this year, Detective Friedman was elected as chairperson of the Maricopa County Fire Investigation Task Force. He has assisted the Arizona chapter of the International Association of Arson Investigators with instruction at Fire Arson 2, which is the second module in a four-part series relating to fire and arson investigation. Josh rewrote and taught the wildland investigation portion of that class for this year. Josh has also taught basic fire investigation techniques to the recruits at the MCSO Training Academy, as well as advanced level fire investigations to current deputies. He has written and maintains a database for the Sheriff's Office Fire Investigation Unit. He has also written several grants and assisted other departments in writing their grants. Josh has worked to get an investigation trailer fully equipped with additional tools that will be used on major fire scenes around Maricopa County. In the approximate 1.5 years that Josh has been a fire investigator, Josh has investigated 127 fires, 67% of those which were determined to be arson, with 2 convictions. In April this year, in a county area of Mesa known for numerous fires, Josh planned and conducted a safety walk in conjunction with the Rural Metro Fire Explorers and the Rural Metro Fire Department. Since the safety walk, there has been a sharp decline in the number of fires in the area, from several a week to only one major fire in the recent past. As you can see, Josh's work schedule with the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office is very busy. However, Josh always manages to find time to assist other agencies when he's called. Josh has traveled to other fire and police departments to assist their investigation units in fire modeling. He has gone as far as Calaspe, Montana, to assist their police department in a fatal fire that was determined to be arson. He traveled to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, to assist their police department in a fatal fire that was used to disprove a witness account and to prove that the fire was actually arson. He is currently working with the Phoenix Fire Department in modeling one of the deadliest multiple fatality fires in the city's history. The fire engineers at NIST have also been in contact with Detective Friedman and are interested in the latest fire modeling that he's doing for the city of Phoenix for demonstration and other purposes. And last but not least, at this year's Advanced Fire Investigation Seminar in July, at a moment's notice, Detective Friedman was asked to fill in for an open time slot, at which he stepped up to the plate and filled in for an instructor that was not able to attend, and he taught a very good class on fire modeling. Therefore, this year, Detective Josh Friedman with the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office is awarded Fire Investigator of the Year. At this time, I'd like to introduce Jerry Joaquin from AAA Fire Equipment to go over what Josh is going to be getting.
Thank you. I'd like to say it's an honor and a privilege to be before you again this year, and naturally to award Josh this nice gift. Josh, the IAAI appreciates your work, your dedication, your training, and you're just there all the time for them. At this time, we'd like to present you with this plaque. And also, along with the plaque, AAA Firefighting Equipment would like to donate $250 from the company to Josh to use whatever he wants to use it for. And also from Chieftain Safety Manufacturing, Josh will be set up with a complete set of gear for his fire investigation, helmet to boots, and I hope he uses it and uses it safely. And don't forget, guys, you need to call him right away, not a week later. He needs to take care of that real quick when he's doing an investigation, so none of the little things that they're looking for disappear. So at this time, congratulations, Josh. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
First, I want to say thank you to the International Association of Arson Investigators, the Arizona chapter. While I'm a new member, and I've only been around a couple of years, I plan to be here a very long time and plan to continue with my dedication and the work that I've done. It's a little awkward being a cop in a sea of probably 1,000 firefighters, but we all get along, don't we? So I just want to say thank you to my family, to my wife, to all my friends, to my partners at the Sheriff's Office, and everybody else that supported me in my education, my goals, and my desire to be the best that I can be. Thank you.
One last thing that we have as an award for Josh, also a 2-night stay at the Sedona Amara Resort, which also includes food and drink for him to enjoy, because obviously he needs some time off, because I have no idea when he actually does take any time off according to what I've read here today. So we'll get him a few nights up in Sedona for him and his wife and get him on his way. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Troy, Will, Jerry. Congratulations, Detective Friedman. It is nice to see that we have partners in all levels of the fire service to get things done. We have a lot of support amongst the fire service and the community. Among our strongest supporters are, in fact, our vendors. We've already witnessed that. One of the major awards we give every year and have honored is that of the Firefighter of the Year. This year, I would call upon the President of the United Fire Equipment Company in Tucson, Mr. Dan Matlick, to present that award. Dan?
Good morning, everybody. Did you know that the word pride started in our language as an old Middle English term that meant both brave and virtuous? The modern definition is much broader, but still conveys a sense of self-respect, honor, and taking satisfaction in achievement. Although the dictionary would define it that way, people tend to define the word pride in their own way, with their own stories to describe their own feelings. I would like to share with you a story about the pride of one man. Let's call him Jerry, an average guy in a typical small town, probably just like one near where you live. It has one main street and only a couple of street lights. It has a post office, a gas station, one grocery store, one hardware store, a laundromat, and 3 Circle Ks. And of course, a fire station. The cops are pretty happy about that because it gives them a place to hang out. But in this small town, the firefighters and the policemen aren't the only ones that use the fire station. On the first Monday of every month, the station is converted into the town hall, and the elders all gather to talk more about what it was like in the past than what needs to be done in the future. And on Wednesdays, it's the ladies' auxiliaries' turn, and Friday is blood pressure check day. One Sunday a month, there is a bake sale or a car wash, and the funds always go to raise money for a school or a local charity. Saturday is drill day for the firefighters. It's actually the only one day of the week that the firefighters get the station to themselves. Now back to my friend Jerry. On this day, Jerry was very proud. He was proud because his son, after 20 years of hard work and extensive training, had just gotten a promotion. And not just any promotion. Jerry's son had just landed the most prestigious position in the whole town. It wasn't city manager, and it wasn't mayor. It wasn't councilman or judge, or even the manager of the brand new DQ. Jerry's son was the new fire chief. Jerry wasn't just proud of his son's individual accomplishments. He was proud of his son's chosen profession. This is an industry that is respected and appreciated by everyone in the community. A group of fearless men and women who are willing to risk their lives time and time again for people who they may not even know. Individuals that ultimately are responsible to ensure safety when natural or unnatural disasters strike. But the fire department in this small town, and in every community, is so much more than just a public service. It's the pride of the community. Jerry feels pride for the firefighters because they uphold so many of the valuable qualities that we believe in. Firefighters are always professional. They face critical decisions on a daily basis, yet never let emotions influence their safety. They are the calm within the storm. The community also realizes that the firefighter is reliable. There is no doubt that help is ready, and the firefighters will be there to face the danger. Firefighters are held to a standard of high integrity. They are believed to be above politics and temptations that bring down others. They work hard never to tarnish their reputation. Being devoted not only to their families, but to their communities and the fire service profession is what drives them to be the best. And finally, each firefighter is driven to be educated on the latest technologies and techniques to keep their communities safe. Firefighters build their reputation on these 5 distinct qualities that create pride and great leaders. It's easy to see why Jerry and most communities are proud of their firefighters. Pride in the fire service doesn't just come from centuries of historical benchmarks and once-in-a-lifetime heroic acts. It comes from what ordinary firefighters like you do for others with your accumulated training and necessary compassion. How many other professions can say that 73% of their workforce are volunteers? Pride is a powerful emotion. When you join the ranks of a firefighter, it isn't about the money. It's about being part of a great collection of people who are willing to risk their lives doing what everyone else wishes they had the courage and ability to do. United Fire and all our other sponsors demonstrate our pride in the Arizona Fire Service by continuing to recognize great role models with the Firefighter of the Year Award. This is our 12th year, and it is always a difficult decision selecting the winner. To help us decide, we turn to some of your peers in the fire service. They were Rod Thompson, Tim Derby, Blue Penrod, Joe Dorner, and Kevin Keeley. From nominations for both heroic achievement and contributions to life safety through education, we rewrote the submissions so they had no reference to the department, location, gender, or professional status before presenting them to the judges. These 5 individuals were then tasked with the arduous responsibility of selecting just one firefighter that they were confident we would all be proud to have as our 2005 United Firefighter of the Year. And this year, the winner is Alan Alcott from the Oxon Fire Department. Congratulations, sir.
Thanks, sir.
Now let's take a moment to share a story about pride in Arizona. My story starts with a man named Alan. He has been with the Oxon Fire Department since 1994. He moved up to the ranks from firefighter EMT to become a paramedic and captain. He is known throughout the community for his generosity, compassion, and for his commitment. The department receives cards, letters, and yes, even pizzas, homemade cookies, and cakes from grateful citizens who have been helped in their time of need by Alan. This story is about a specific event that happened on May 13th, 2005. It was midnight, and he was off duty when Captain Alcott received a phone call from the duty crew asking if he could respond to a call in a remote area near his home. The Oxon Fire Department had just received a call from the Pinell County Sheriff's Office reporting that a vehicle had run into a large tree and several victims were on the ground by the vehicle. The car was burning and had started a brush fire in the field alongside the road. Only one deputy was on the scene when Captain Alcott arrived. The officer had just spotted one of the injured passengers lying in the adjacent field with his clothing beginning to catch on fire. Alan made a split-second decision that was based strictly on professionalism of being a firefighter. Without protective clothing or regard for his own safety, he stomped out a 100-foot path through the burning grass to get to the victim. Alan quickly smothered the fire on the unconscious man's clothing with an old pair of work gloves he had instinctively taken from his truck. The fire continued to grow and now was burning all around the two men. The path Alan had created to reach the victim had reignited and was burning again. Alan knew he had to make another rapid decision. His crew arrived on the scene just in time to watch Captain Alcott clearing a path, fighting his way through the brush fire while dragging the unconscious man to safety. In total, there were 3 victims between the ages of 18 to 20. With the help of his department, the fire was quickly contained and the patients were all airlifted to a nearby hospital. Afterwards, Alan was asked why he risked his own life, and he explained, "I just couldn't sit there and watch the young man burn." A candid remark that so clearly illustrated his dedication and compassion as an Arizona firefighter. Now that's a story of pride. Alan, now's our chance to show you how proud we are by presenting you with a number of great gifts from our sponsors. One of the most interesting definitions of pride is a group of lions. Now, why would we call a group of lions a pride? Perhaps it's because lions represent so many of the qualities that we are proud of and are similar to the average firefighter. They are strong and brave. They are smart and can plan strategic moves to accomplish their goals. They work in teams and as a community to support each other in order to survive their day-to-day existence. However, lions are also different from firefighters. Lions have protective fur on their bodies to help them survive the elements. We can't give you a fur coat, but please accept a full wardrobe of personal protective equipment, including a set of custom-made turnout gear from Lion Apparel, an extrication suit from Fire Repel, and a complete ensemble of station wear, including boots, shoes, shirts, pants, and an EMS jacket from Elbeco, Speedwack, Thorogood, and Lacrosse. The male lion has a mane to protect his face and neck. Paul Conway is donating a traditional leather helmet to protect yours. Lions learn their skills through practice and good parents. We're giving you 6 training programs from Arizona Software to help you. Although lions see well in the dark, we thought you might need some flashlights from Pelican Products. And we don't want you wasting time tracking and hunting your food. So Pizza Hut and Krispy Kremes will keep your stomach from growling for a full year. In order to keep you properly hydrated in the hot and dry Arizona desert, Camelback is providing 2 handy backpack-style canteens. Lions may not need automobiles to get around, but we know you'll want to keep yours in good running condition. So with the $250 gift certificate for automotive parts and service from the Jim Click Automotive Group. And lions don't need vacations or entertainment, but we thought you might enjoy tickets to the Phoenix International Raceway, as well as tickets to the Diamondbacks with hotel accommodations and some spending cash from the Associated Firefighters of Arizona. And when you're ready to just kick back and relax for a little R&R, plan on spending a weekend away at the luxurious Point Hilton Squaw Peak Resort. For your department, we have a $500 credit to purchase life safety products with United Fire. And finally, lions may have everything they need on the African plains, but we might have missed something for you. So as the Arizona Firefighter of the Year, I would like to present you with this check for $1,000.
Not very good at being in the limelight. I have issues when I get up in front of large groups. put me out on a fire, and they say I can tell anybody what to do, even the chief sometimes. I'd like to thank United Fire and all the sponsors for the award, the chief staff for nominating me, my family. Everybody has an inspiration, and they're mine. Anybody I forgot, I apologize. So, thank you very much.
There's no wonder why there's so much pride in the Arizona Fire Service. Like fearless lions, you continue to work together to protect and serve. For this, we are fortunate and grateful. Victims of Hurricane Katrina are attempting to recover from nothing short of a biblical disaster. The need for support from our emergency responders in the United States has never been so urgent. Together, we must work to swiftly help our fellow countrymen recover from this terrible crisis, as we also strive to improve our readiness for other potential disasters. Life safety is serious work. Learn all that you can at this fire school so that you can continue to help others. And please, stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Congratulations, Alan. Well done. You serve us proud.
And some good headshots, don't worry about it. One more. Mark? Okay.
Yes, I am.
How long have you been on the department?
11 years.
11 years. And I understand you met your husband on the fire department?
Yes, we did.
Were you on duty the night of this incident?
Yes, I was.
Were you the one who called the home and notified or Alan of the fire? Or?
Yes, I did. I was on duty with just one other crew member. The other crew was out on a call. And in our area, we're not allowed to go out on the call unless we have someone to cover the area. It's outside of our area. So we're not allowed to go unless we have coverage for the fire station. So I did make a call to home and asked him to respond.
And and then you responded to the scene yourself?
Yes, I did.
What did you see when you arrived on the scene?
There was fire all over. And as we pulled up, we came in from behind. And all I saw was just lots of flames and Alan backing up, holding on to a gentleman. He was dragging the gentleman out, and there was fire all around him. I wasn't a paramedic that night.
Were you a little concerned?
I was a wife that night.
You were?
I was very concerned.
But he came out of it okay, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Were you pretty proud of him?
Not at that moment.
Not at that point? More concerned, more angry?
Oh, yeah.
You and everybody else?
I was a wife.
You were a wife. But when it was all said and done, he was safe and he saved a life.
Yes.
You must have been pretty proud of that.
I'm very proud of him.
It's a wonderful event.
Yes, it was.
I'm very happy for you both.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.